Let me tell you about Daniel. On the outside, he was a quiet, hard-working father who everyone thought was just fine, but no one saw the storm raging inside him. For months, Daniel had been losing everything: his job, his savings, and worst of all, his confidence. Even the love he had for himself was gone. Every single night, he'd sit alone in his small living room, the silence deafening, staring at the floor and asking himself, what is the point of trying again? The weight of failure was crushing him. One cold morning, after yet another failed job interview, Daniel walked out of the building and sank onto a nearby bench. This was it. This was the lowest moment of his entire life. He felt completely invisible, like he didn't matter to anyone in the world. And right there, in that moment of pure despair, Daniel made a decision he never thought he'd make. He was going to give up, completely. He stood up, ready to walk away from it all, from his life, from everything. When he felt a gentle tug on his sleeve, he looked down and saw a little boy, a child he'd never seen before. The boy looked up at him with wide, innocent eyes and asked, "Mister, are you okay?" My mum says, when someone looks sad, we should tell them something important. Daniel tried to force a smile, but his face wouldn't cooperate. The boy didn't seem to notice. He just continued, she says. The story isn't over until the good part happens. Those words, the story isn't over until the good part happens, they hit Daniel with a force that no failure ever could. It felt like the universe itself was speaking directly to him, right through this small child. He sat back down on the bench, and for the first time in months, he cried. But these weren't tears of weakness or sadness. They were tears of relief, because for the first time in a long, long time, someone had reminded him that his story wasn't finished. That night, instead of giving up, Daniel decided to try one more time. The next morning, he applied for just one more job. A week later, his phone rang. He got the job. It came with a better salary, a better position. It was a new beginning. Months later, Daniel was at the park when he saw the same little boy. He walked over, knelt down, and with a genuine smile, he whispered, "You saved me. And you didn't even know it." The boy just shrugged and replied, "I just said what my mum tells me." The moral of this story is powerful. Sometimes, one sentence, one small act of kindness from a complete stranger is enough to pull someone back from the edge. Never, ever underestimate the power you have to change someone's world. You never know whose life you might be saving. If you or someone you know is struggling, please remember there is help available. You are not alone, and your story isn't over yet. Thank you for listening.